If your prayers for wealth sound like a shopping list, a bigger house, a fancy car, more zeros in your bank account, then you might be praying in a way that actually pushes true biblical prosperity further away. This common approach, focused solely on accumulation, often misses the profound, transformative power of what God actually wants to give you, and can even hinder the very financial blessings you are pursuing. Many believers, with hearts genuinely desiring abundance, fall into the trap of direct monetary requests, as if God were a cosmic ATM. They see a need, or a want, and they ask for it, often with great fervor. But the scriptures, particularly in James chapter 4 verse 3, give us a stark warning. You ask and do not receive, because you ask wrongly, to spend it on your passions. This isn't a condemnation of desire, but a crucial insight into the nature of spiritual asking. It suggests that our focus, our motivation, and even the object of our prayers might be misaligned with God's design for our financial lives. What if the most powerful prayers for wealth aren't actually about wealth at all? Consider King Solomon, one of the wealthiest individuals in all history. When God appeared to him in a dream, offering him anything he desired, Solomon didn't ask for riches, long life, or victory over his enemies. His prayer was profoundly different. He asked for an understanding heart to judge your people, that I may discern between good and evil. 1 Kings chapter 3 verse 9. He asked for wisdom to lead and to serve. And because he asked for wisdom, a gift that would benefit others and glorify God, an astonishing thing happened. God was so pleased that he not only granted Solomon his request for wisdom but also added the very things he hadn't asked for: riches and honor, beyond any king before or after him. Solomon's story isn't just a historical anecdote. It's a living blueprint for how true biblical prosperity is initiated. But what about the patriarchs like Abraham, who was incredibly wealthy in livestock, silver, and gold? His story isn't about him praying for sheep or land. Abraham's wealth was a direct result of his unwavering faith, his obedience to God's call, and his willingness to step into the unknown. He became wealthy not by asking for riches, but by faithfully following God's leading, which often involved strategic risk, diligent stewardship, and a covenant of blessing. His focus was always on the promise, on his relationship with God, and on his responsibility as the father of a great nation. His wealth wasn't an end in itself. It was a resource that enabled his mission and underscored God's faithfulness. Then there's Joseph, a man who rose from slavery to become second in command of Egypt, managing the greatest economy of his time. Did Joseph pray for personal riches in the pit or in prison? No. His prayers, though not explicitly recorded in detail, were clearly aligned with wisdom, discernment, and the ability to interpret dreams and manage resources for the good of an entire nation. He didn't accumulate wealth for himself but orchestrated a system of abundance during fertile years to sustain millions through famine. His prosperity wasn't for selfish gain, but for stewardship on an epic scale, saving entire civilizations. This demonstrates that true biblical wealth isn't just about what you possess, but about the profound impact you can have through wise management and provision. So, if direct prayers for money often fall flat, what should we be doing instead? Stop praying for wealth as an isolated object, and start praying for the asterisk qualities that produce and sustain it biblically. Pray for wisdom, like Solomon, to discern opportunities, make sound decisions, and understand the principles of sowing and reaping. Ask for insight, like Joseph, to manage resources effectively and prepare for the future. Pray for a heart of generosity, understanding that true abundance often flows through us when we are faithful channels, not merely stagnant pools. Proverbs chapter 11 verses 24 to 25 reminds us. One gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give, and only suffers want. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and one who waters will himself be watered. The most powerful prayer for wealth, then, is a prayer for wisdom, for diligence, for stewardship, and for an understanding of how to be a blessing to others. It's a prayer for God to open your eyes to the principles He has already established, to give you the courage to apply them, and to trust that as you walk in His ways, true prosperity, financial, spiritual, and relational, will flow into your life. Stop focusing on the fruit, and start praying for the health of the tree itself. It is through this transformative approach that you invite God's divine principles to work in your finances, not just for your benefit, but for His glory and the good of the world around you.